third, then I'll just mention a few of the other lines that they carry and close it up. In 1999, same year that they decided to start working on growing Dominican wrapper leaf and thus producing the LG Puro series, there was a massive fire at the factory in the cigar room, and they lost 400,000 cigars. That number according to Litto Gomez. Now, two coincidences with that, oddly enough. Number one is obvious. It happened at the same time that he decided to start messing around with growing Dominican wrapper. So, one must think that maybe Carlos Fuente got itchy and decided to send his men out with fucking flamethrowers, screaming like fucking Scarface, I'm the only one, Dominican Puro. You know, no, please don't sue me. I doubt, no, let me rephrase that. I am sure that's not what happened. So please, do not fucking sue me. I don't even think Carlos Fuente owns a flamethrower. You never know, though. The other coincidence, which isn't so evident unless you've been researching and doing so many things and putting numbers side by side, 400,000, the amount of cigars lost, is the same number as was claimed lost during the jewelry store robbery. $400,000. Bit odd? If I was a forensic accountant, I'd think so. You know? But, who knows? That's why they call it a coincidence, I guess. So, other than that, they have quite a few brands. The first brand, as we mentioned, was the Suave, and that is still out today, believe it or not. It comes in black boxes, and it's Dominican filler binder with Connecticut shade wrapper. Then you have the Cameroon cabinet, which of course is your Cameroon wrappers. Then you have the Ligero and the double Ligero lines. Very, very popular. A lot of different sizes in these lines, and they come in different wrappers. Maduro, Oscuro, you have your Ecuadorian Sumatra, and their two biggest cigars actually come in these lines. Now, it seems like since the Chisel, Litto has been, fond of trying out new shapes, bigger is better maybe, seeing the way the market is going with the popularity of 60 ring gauge cigars. Anyway, with the Ligero series, he created the El Granu, which I feel is worth mentioning, these two cigars. 6 by 64 ring gauge. Breaking the barrier. If you've ever seen one of these things, it looks like you won't be able to smoke it. And if you think that's something, in the double Ligero series, even stronger cigars, and I don't know why they put this one in the stronger series, the Digger. The Digger. Now, when a box of these first came into the shop where I used to work, we looked at it and said, well, first of all, we all fucking fell on the floor laughing. Second of all, we said, one of these will sell a year. Who's gonna fucking smoke these? Who the fuck is gonna buy these things? They are fucking 8.5 inches long by 60 ring gauge. That's fucking tremendous. Tremendous. Anyway, they sold very well, believe it or not. We sold our first box and thought, it was gone within a week. We thought, it's a fluke. It's just people wanting to try a new cigar or bring something home to laugh at. Second box, third box, fourth box, they sold very, very well, actually. In fact, there was one guy who started buying them every day. But this is a cigar that, man, if you're in public and you want to, light up and offend people, as far as, let's say you're in a place where smoking is allowed and there's people going, smoke. You light one of these fuckers up, they'll get the point. And funny true story, Halloween, a guy comes into the shop and he's like, I've been to 4 shops already, I can't find what I'm looking for, I hope you can help me, I need the biggest cigar you have. And we're like, okay. So we show him the Digger and he's like, yes, that's fucking perfect, oh my god. And we're like, well, that's great, you mind if we ask what you need this for exactly? I mean, are you going to smoke it? Or you know, we thought it's Halloween. Is it part of a costume? You know, maybe you're Groucho Marx and you want to really pronounce the cigar. He says, no, I'm in a stage play, and I need people in the back to be able to see I have a cigar in my mouth. Remember the boss said, don't worry, they'll see it from the fucking moon. Oh, man, so you have to see one of these to really get the idea of how fucking big it is. It's gigantic. And, you know, it's funny that even up to this date, in Cuban cigars, there still has not been a 60 ring gauge Cuban cigar. And I doubt, you know, I don't want to say I doubt there ever will be. There probably will be. If they think they'll sell, which they will, once the American market opens up a little more and you get some more internet sales in there and they feel really confident that Americans are buying these things, they'll fucking make a 60 ring cigar. They shouldn't, but they will. Anyway, that about wraps it up. I'm going to smoke up this last third and do a little review on that. And then we will do our final rating. But I just want to say that although this episode was shorter with its brand history and everything than so many other brand history episodes, it doesn't mean I think any less of the brand. It's just that there isn't so much history involved, whereas other episodes do have all that history. And it's actually a compliment to the brand, because it shows that in only 18 short years, hell, even quicker than that, because I'm counting years now where they've been successful. I think it was only a matter of about a good 7 to 10 years where they really just planted their feet in and became a fucking really successful company. And today they're selling millions and millions of cigars a year. Millions of cigars a year. So I'm smoking through my final third here, and wow. Real big pickup in flavor since the second third. In fact, the cigar is balanced exceptionally well. Strength-wise, too. All of a sudden, I'm feeling like, wow, you know, the whole, just before I was saying it's more medium full. Well, right now, it's definitely gotten to the point of being full. I'm feeling it a lot, you know, and flavor-wise, it's just picking up incredibly. The cigar has gotten a lot more beefy, you know. All of a sudden, just like this added salt to it. And it's not coming from the filler. It's coming right from the smoke, you know. Same amount of filler, been here the whole time, so. Nice salty flavors. Spice coming back. Floral notes. It's like a grand finale, you know. It's really, really good. The sweet notes are still there. Just hard to describe, you know. I was thinking to myself, okay, like I just said, very well balanced, not so strong in the beginning. Flavors were there. I wouldn't call them subtle, but most of the flavors were subtle. The sweet notes were mostly pronounced. Then you come into the middle, where things start deepening up, more of a weedy taste with honey on top, some of that bullion kind of effect. And then all of a sudden in this last third, spice opens up, it gets more beefy, salt comes in, it's really something. I really like the way this cigar developed, you know. It's got some complexity to it. I wouldn't say it's a very complex cigar, you know, compared to some of the cigars I smoked, a lot of the cigars I smoked, but it's definitely a flavorful cigar, and it's definitely extremely well balanced. Very, very nice. Aroma is really nice. But I'm telling you, once again, and you know what's funny? I just remembered that was the way, and I'm surprised I'm even remembering this, that was the way I ended with the Fuente episode. And this is why I remember it, because I was exclaiming it so much that I wish the cigar had been the way this last third had been. That the last third had everything in it. All the flavor, spice, power. Same thing here. Same thing. I really wish the rest of the cigar had been like this final third, but so we are going to wrap it up with our final rating, but I just got to say this last third right here is just really impressive. It's very hot right now, but still, all those flavors, I was just, man, there's some cigar left there, man, and I wish I could get to it, but the tapering off is just, the thing is getting so hot, hard to get much at all. Oh, but that smells so good right now. I don't know what happened, but even the aroma, everything just picked up. The aroma, it's like this sweet, spicy, cedary musk. It's just so good. Fantastic, man. You know, I can't lie. I was up and down about coming into this doing, well, let's face it, a non-Cuban cigar. You know, I hate saying that because it puts like a bad connotation on, you know, like, I'm going to try from now on just to say Dominican cigar, Nicaragua. I hate saying non-Cubans versus Cubans, you know, but, I was coming into this thinking, you know, should I break the format? You know, I really like the way things are going with doing a Cuban cigar and then doing some other cigar. It sounds just as bad. But, you know, plus I got boxes in. I was going to do our next cigar, which is going to be either the Trinidad or the Siglo 6, or we got so much stuff going on. And I said, no, we'll stick to the format. I have LG written up. I was going to do this for a while. Let's just do LG. And, you know, this cigar was different because most cigars I come into the review with, I come in with wanting to smoke that cigar. You know, having it in mind that, you know, I want to smoke this cigar today. And it just wasn't with me today. It was really, I was like, oh, should I smoke the Trinidad? And, you know, maybe I'll just, you know, I don't know. But I decided to stick with the format and smoke this. And I gotta say, I am not disappointed. I am really glad I smoked the cigar. It's fucking fantastic. It's really, really good. And it's really strong right now. Oh yeah. Really strong right now. Ah. Wow. Last third is dynamite. And you know, I say that too. I wish the rest of the cigar was like the last third. Or maybe not. Maybe, you know what, if the rest of the cigar was like this, I'd be blown away in 3 minutes, you know? I guess not. You know, working up to this and getting this out of it, ending it on this note, makes that stay with you, that this was a great cigar, you know? Well, ow. There's really nothing else I can do as far as even nubbing it. It's very, very hot. But man, it tastes good. I'm just going to lay it to rest and call it a night. Let's do our final rating, wrap it up. We got a lot more coming at you very, very soon, hopefully this weekend. Let's get to it. And here we are with our LFD, a La Flor Dominicana, LG Chisel Puro, all smoked up. Chisel Puro 2009, that is, and what a great cigar. Really, really good cigar. Appearance, burn, construction, draw, all get a solid 1. The ashes right there show what great construction this cigar exhibited. The draw was just as good. Tiny bit of resistance, effortless, big clouds of smoke. Wonderful. And here I was thinking, oh, well, you know, the tapered head there is going to restrict the channel. Forget it. None of that. Perfect draw. Excellent. We got 2 solid ashes. There's your first and second third. Well, almost broken there. And there's your last third with the nub attached. It's too bad I could not smoke the rest of that nub because it was the best part of the cigar. Pre-draw flavor, 0.75. Really good. A little subtle, but a lot going on. Overall flavor, solid 1.5. Would have got a little better if the beginning had a little more flavor to it. A lot of flavors. I just wish they were a little stronger. It really did start to open up right after the first third, though. Things got deeper. Things got a little more complex. Aroma, wonderful. Again, especially toward the end. Aroma was one factor that I was going to give a 0.5, but up to a 0.75 after getting to the last third. It was just unbelievable. Had these big just clouds of smoke full of cinnamon and maple and cedar. Just wonderful, wonderful aroma. Balance, perfectly balanced. Starts out rather mild, subtle in flavor, you know, maybe medium-bodied strength, ups to medium full, and then the last third, really full, really strong. I swear to God, if you had a nub of this thing, you could smoke it, you know, just the last third, and smoke this thing and feel like you smoked a whole cigar. Really strong at the end. And complexity, 0.75. Not over the top, but definitely above average. All in all, 8.75. A fantastic addition to the short repertoire of Dominican Puros on the market today. Wonderful cigar. And, you know, LFD, here you are, 18 years later, and what a brand. What a great brand. And after smoking this, I think I'll be paying a little bit more attention to them personally. And that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Dr. Joe Show. We will be back very shortly with the next Cuban cigar review, which will be either the Trinidad Fundadores or Cohiba Siglo 6. I'm going to do those two. I don't know in which order. I think we'll do the Fundadores first. Yeah. Next, coming up, the Trinidad Fundadores. So do come back for that. I have a great box to show you. And as always, I've enjoyed doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I hope you enjoy it the same. More than anything else, keep on smoking. Say goodnight, Max.